Hey team, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a tush and tummy toner on this rather stormy day. All right team, don't need any equipment, your mat and your water bottle. Let's get ready to rock. All right team, we're gonna start with just a simple warm up. We're gonna start with some knee hugs. So go ahead and pull one knee up, give it a little bit of a tug, pull the other knee up, give it a little bit of a tug. Alternating sides right here team, good, warming up those hips. Good, get that knee up nice and high. Good team. So guess who is officially a certified scuba diver? Ah! I'm really excited. We are going to Australia soon to scuba dive in the Great Barrier Reef. So we needed our certification, so I had to go through that whole lessons and whatnot. Perfect team. Check it out. Go ahead and come towards one side of your mat or towel. We're gonna come to a hip opener to a lateral shuffle. I'm gonna take this inside hip, swing it open, drawing a big half circle, then shuffle across, then go ahead and take the opposite hip, swing it open, shuffle back. All right team, alternating sides right here. Remember to go at your own pace, it's just a warm up. Beautiful. So anyways, there's like if you've never gone scuba diving before, you have to take a written exam. So you have to study all these sections. There's a little quiz at the end of each section. Then you take like a final exam before you're allowed to touch any equipment. Which makes sense. The equipment is like, unless you've done scuba diving, it's just something you've never come across before. Good team. Perfect. Go ahead and come into the middle of your mat right here. Come into your natural squat stance. We can come to some overhead squats. I'm gonna set those hips back and set the arms forward. Good team. Good. Those arms should help you counterbalance. You can sink nice and deep into that squat. Good, but don't worry about getting super low. It's just a warm up. Good. Try and get a little lower each rep. I got some sore legs. So anyways, first you take the written portion and then you do dives in confined water, which can be a pool or open body of water that's similar to confined, in that you're not going like as deep as you would in typical scuba diving. And perfect team, shake it off. Go ahead and take it from the top. We'll come right back into those knee hugs and like a small current and stuff. So we did our confined dives in the ocean, but in this kind of cove thing. So the rocks kind of broke up the waves before they could hit you. Did our confined dive there. That was probably my least favorite portion of this whole thing. And then you do 4 open water dives to be an open water certified scuba diver, which my understanding, my certification says level 2. So I guess that's level 2. So 4 open water dives. And then it became fun. Good team. So a couple more here. Good, go ahead and come back towards one side of your mat or towel, back into that hip opener to lateral shuffle. When I did the confined water dive, I was like, first of all, I was already terrified because I was like, I don't know, like obviously there's a fear of sharks, and then there's so much equipment. I'm like, wow, if the tiniest thing goes wrong, it's really a bad story. Good team. So I was terrified, and I'm sure like, you know, the written stuff that we studied is preparing you for worst case scenarios. It's like, in case of this emergency, this is how you handle this, which is good to be prepared for those things. Perfect team, shake it off. Go ahead and come back to your natural squat stance, back into those overhead squats. But everything I was reading was just like scaring me more, you know? And then we did the confined water dives where you do a whole bunch of drills. So you practice like if something hits you and your mask comes off underwater and what to do. And I did it with my partner, with Dwayne, and they practiced going to the bottom, and we were only in 10 feet deep, but in 10 feet deep, they turned off our air, and then we had to share air with our buddy and learn how to help each other out in case that happens, and then swim together and make it back to the surface. Good team. Perfect. Shake it up. Go ahead and make your way down onto the ground, down onto all fours, onto palms and knees right here as we come into a cat-cow stretch. So go ahead and drop the belly, look forward, and curve. Belly button is fine. We'll get a little weird funny tight spots. Good arch. I'll continue my story in a bit. And curve. I don't have to cue so much. And arch. And curve. Let's go with one more each here. Big arch. Good. Waking up that spine. And curve. Good team, go ahead and come to a neutral spine right here, and go ahead and bring the right leg straight out to the side right here. Now from here, you're just gonna set those hips back in space and then forward. Good. Sit it back, should feel a nice stretch in the groin, and forward, back, and forward. We'll go one more here. Sit it back and forward. Good team. Go ahead and bring that right knee back underneath you. Same thing, opposite side. Stick that left leg straight out to the side and set those hips back and forward. Sit it back and forward. Sit it back and forward. And one more each. Sit it back and forward. Good team. Go ahead and bring that knee back underneath you right here. When it comes to some bird dogs, I'm gonna go ahead and send the right leg out long and send out the left arm, so opposite arm with opposite leg here, and then reel it all in. Use that core, elbow to knee. Good, extend, reel it in, extend, waking up that core, reel it in. Go two more, extend, reel it in, and last one, extend, and reel it in. Perfect team, go ahead and come back to center. Same thing, opposite side. Go ahead and send out that left leg and the right arm, and then reel it in. Good, extend, reel it in, extend, reel it in. Two more, extend, reel it in, and last one, extend, and reel it in. Perfect, and go ahead and come back to center right here. Curl those toes under and peel the hips up nice and high into a down dog. Take a beat here to pedal off your feet, shake off your fluff. Give those calves a nice stretch here. We're gonna use them. And then when you're ready, go ahead and step just the left foot up into your runner's lunge. Find your footing first, and then go ahead and drop that back. Right knee, uncurl the back toes, and come on up. Kneeling hip flexor stretch. So get that right hip tucked underneath you, pull the left hip creaser back. Good, and then lean into the stretch. If you need to adjust your footing, go ahead and do so. And then from here, we're gonna rain the hands down and straighten out through that left leg. Feel a nice stretch in that left hamstring. Now alternate between those a few times. Good team. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring. We'll go one more each. Hip flexor and runner's hamstring. Good team. Go ahead and come back into that nice low lunge. Curl the back toes back under, lift the back knee, plant the palms, step that left foot back to meet the right. Take a beat here to recenter, pedal off those feet, shake off your fluff. Same thing on the opposite side. So go ahead and step the right foot forward here, and then go ahead and drop that back left knee, uncurl the back toes, rise on up. Good, get that left hip tucked up underneath you, pull the right hip creaser back this time. Good team, and then lean into the stretch. Good, adjust your footing as you need to. And then when you're ready, we'll bring those hands down and straighten out through that front leg runner's hamstring. Good, and we switch. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring. Hip flexor, runner's hamstring, and one more each. Hip flexor, and runner's hamstring. Good team, go ahead and come back into that low lunge. So curl those back toes back under, lift the back knee, plant the palm, step that right foot back to meet the left. Last little shake off right here, recenter. Then when you're ready, take a nice walk up towards your hands right here. Meet your breaking point, roll it up, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into our first circuit. All right, team, so coming into our first circuit, we're gonna start with some squat jacks. I'm gonna start with the feet together right here. I'm gonna jump both feet out, jab it into a squat right here, back to center. If you don't want to impact, it's also okay to just step it out to each side. All right, team, when you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Good. Pick your poison, either way, stay moving. Good, hit that squat nice and low. Nice strong legs here. Tush and tummy. Good, so use your glutes and abs. That's what we're training today. Good team. So anyways, the confined water dive was learning all the drills in case various things go wrong, and how to fix them, or various things go wrong with your partner, how to help them. Perfect team. Shake it off. Go ahead and step towards the front of your mat or towel right here. We're gonna come to a reverse lunge to an oblique crunch. So it looks like this. I'm gonna shift my weight over towards my left foot, reverse lunge with the right. I'm gonna come up, bring that knee up towards left elbow. All right, team? Reverse lunge, oblique crunch. We'll go 30 seconds staying on the same side, then we'll switch sides. When you're ready, team, let's work. Good. So I found that the most challenging, and it didn't do, I mean, I felt a little bit better than I did going into it. I was like, oh, you know, I took my first underwater breaths. That's kind of a special moment. And then I still wasn't feeling completely confident going into the open water dives. Like, the next one was gonna be 30 feet deep, and not in, you know, specially blocked off water. Like, you know, you're at mercy of the elements. Perfect team. Shake it off. Go ahead and switch your weights over to your right foot. Reverse lunge with the left. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. And so I was still really nervous and terrified and just, you know, focus on taking one step at a time. Thankfully, I had a fantastic instructor. And so it's called Kraken Scuba Diving here on Oahu. If you guys ever come into this area and want to get scuba certified, Matt is amazing. And so he was just very, very patient with me. You know, however slow I wanted to go with things was totally fine with him. Perfect, team. Good. Shake it off and go ahead and make your way down onto all fours right here. Palms and knees as we come to a glute raise to a mountain climber from all fours. So you're right here. I'm gonna go ahead and send the right leg out long. I'm gonna lift it up, glute raise, and then bring that knee in. Use my core to bring it in. Glute raise, mountain climber, right team? 30 seconds staying on the same side, then we'll switch sides. When you're ready, team, let's work. Yeah, so I had a really great instructor. And I was worried about my ears because you go deeper and the pressure increases. If you've been on an airplane and you know how that kind of feels, well, it's really quick underwater. It only takes a few feet, and your ears are popping and stuff like that. So you have to, what they call it, equalize your ears and your sinuses and your mask and all that fun stuff. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Same thing, opposite side. Go ahead and send that left leg out long. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Lift it up, pull it through. And so I just took it nice and slow. And then it's interesting, when you're at the bottom, you don't really realize how deep you are because you're so like, look at that fish, look at the turtle, look at this. Like, you're unaware of how far you are from the surface. So it was interesting. Once we got going and, you know, we showed that we know all the skills and we know what to do in various scenarios, then you just get to swim around. And then it was, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and flip over onto your backs right here. We're gonna come to some single leg raises with one leg hovering. So it looks like this. Come down nice and flat, and I'll show you a modification as well, but put those hands underneath your glutes, and you're gonna send those legs out, let them hover. Send one leg up, back down, other leg up, back down, keeping that lower back nice and pressed. If this is much too much, option to bring those legs up a little higher and just work from here. If this is still much too much, also option just put one foot on the ground and do single leg raises like this and switching halfway through. All right, team, when you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. So anyways, yeah, it was so funny because I was like terrified the whole time. And then after that first dive, I came out and I was like, I would do this 1,000 times over. It's totally true, I would. I had so much fun. Good, team. Good. I don't think I would ever like scuba dive by myself. I don't think I'll ever get to that level, which some people, you know, they want to become advanced divers and stuff like that. I think I'm going to keep it at a recreational level. Perfect, team. Go ahead and grab onto the backs of both those legs. Use that to roll on up. Come on up to the top. I'm going to take that circuit from the top. We'll come right back into those squat jacks. Option to just step it out. All right, team. When you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Yeah, I just feel like I would always go with a tour. I would rather have a more advanced diver with me, showing me where to go and stuff like that. And it's someone that's been there before, you know. Good, team. But that's me. Good. But I did start looking at a whole bunch of other dives. I mean, you know what's awesome that we're gonna go scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and step towards the front of that mat or towel. We'll come right back into that reverse lunge to an oblique twist. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Switch that weight into your left foot. Let's work. Reverse lunge. Bring it up. You know, it's great to do the Great Barrier Reef, but realistically, we live in Hawaii and there's fantastic wildlife right here in our oceans. And so now I want to do a whole bunch of scuba diving before we move back to the mainland, which is probably going to happen next year. Good, team. So I started looking into those tours. Good. Sneak one more in. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Same thing, opposite side. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. But I am excited for the Great Barrier Reef. I think it's just going to be amazing. Good. And Dwayne paid for some like luxury thing. So we have like our own tour guide the whole way. Like we're on a boat full of other people, but we kind of have our private tour within the tour, which will be great. I liked being in a small setting. You know, our scuba instructor trained, just does too. Perfect team. Shake it off. Go ahead and come on down onto all fours, palms and knees as we come right back into that glute raise to mountain climber. Go ahead and stick the right leg out. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. And it was just nice to get that individual attention so I could go as slow as I wanted and not be embarrassed and stuff like that. Good team. And on the last dive, we had the option of going with other people. And we chose to go with other people on the last dive, on dive 3 and 4. We did those on the same day. But even then, it was like dive 3 was with one other person. And then dive 4, they added in 2 more people, but they also brought in another master diver to help. Perfect team, shake it off. 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and send that left leg out long. Let's work. And so you get a lot of individual attention. And I just prefer that, just in case I do something wrong or something goes awry. That, and you get like individual pictures. Dives 1 and 2, our instructor was also our photographer, and he took such good photos. Good team. I would be interested in that. I would be interested in continuing diving and taking the underwater photography course. I think that would be a blast. But yeah, he took awesome photos. Perfect team. Shake it off. Go ahead and flip over onto our back right here as we come back into those single leg raises. Don't worry, you're gonna get a water break really soon. Come down nice and flat. Place those hands underneath the booty right here. Let those legs hover. We got 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Yeah, I would be interested in underwater photography or underwater videography. And I would post those pictures, but like a lot of the pictures were like of wildlife and stuff like that. And some of those pictures, I'm not paying any attention. So I don't have enough that I would want to add it to a YouTube video quite yet. But I think if I add those, and then I'll add in my Great Barrier Reef photos, and then I'll show you guys all the cool underwater world I've gotten to see. It's been amazing. Perfect team. Beautiful. Go ahead and grab onto the backs of those legs. Use that to roll on up, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into our second circuit. All right, team, so coming into our second circuit, we're gonna start with a jumping jack to a deadlift. So we're gonna go put both hands behind the head. Sorry, I should have said prisoner jumping jack to a prisoner deadlift. So hands behind the head right here. I'm gonna jumping jack, jump the feet out, jump them back in so they're about hip width apart right here. Slight bend in the knees right here. I'm gonna hinge at the hips, poke the booty back, hinge at the hips, bend like you're making a figure 7 with your body, and then stand it back up. Jack, deadlift. All right, team, if you don't want impact, it's also okay to just step out, deadlift. Step out opposite foot, deadlift. All right, team, when you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Good. Beautiful. I know the no jumping and low impact workouts have lots of clicks, so I know there's lots of you guys that cannot handle impact at the moment for whatever reasons those might be. So no shame in your game. Just stay moving, stay active, stay healthy. Good. Good. I know my mom has had both knees replaced, so jumping is not gonna happen anymore, and that's totally fine. Good team. Perfect. Shake it out. We're gonna go ahead and come to a lateral leg raise to a rear leg lift. I'm gonna switch my weight over towards my left foot right here. I'm gonna take my right leg, lift it straight out to the side, engage that outer hip, and then hinge at the hips right here to give yourself space. Lift it back, rear leg lift. All right, team? Lateral, hinge, rear. Woo. All right. All right, team, try not to lose your balance. When you're ready, we got 30 seconds staying on the same side. Then we'll switch sides. When you're ready, team? Let's work. Good. Good. So keep a nice bend in that standing leg. And if you're on a flat surface, it's even easier, but keep a nice bend in that standing leg to give yourself a little cushion, a little balance help. Good, so you don't do what I did when I was demonstrating. Beautiful team. No shame in my game either, I'm human. Good team. Good, nice strong legs. So I'm also hoping, this is a bucket list goal of mine. Perfect team. Shake it off. Same thing opposite side. Go ahead and switch your weight over towards that right foot. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. I have always wanted to swim with whale sharks. Emphasis on the word swim. So it was never like, it has to be diving. But now that I can dive, now I'm like, I'd like to go diving with the whale sharks. And there's places, I think Mexico, you can go and just snorkel with the whale sharks. but usually it is diving from what I've seen, like worldwide. So I'm really glad that I have that, and I'm kind of hoping in my heart of hearts that the whale sharks just show up at the Great Barrier Reef and we can knock them both out in one go. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and make your way down onto the ground right here, onto all fours, palms and knees. We're gonna come to some glute raise pulses. So I'm gonna go ahead and bend the right knee right here and then flex the right ankle and lift it straight up. Now from here, I'm gonna stay lifted. I'm not gonna come all the way down to the ground. I'm just gonna do little pulses. All right, team, we got 30 seconds staying on the same side, then we'll switch sides. When you're ready, team, let's work. This is gonna burn. Good. Good. You're lifting from that glute, so you're gonna feel that in that right butt cheek. It's gonna be burning. Embrace it. Embrace that heat. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be so cool if I saw whale sharks, which it sounds like weird coming from me. You're like, isn't this the same girl that just said she was so chicken because she was afraid of all the wildlife? Good, team. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Same thing, opposite side. When you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Which, yes, I realize the hypocriticalness of, of what I'm saying, but I don't, for some reason, I don't really see whale sharks as dangerous. They just look like, I don't know, like giant puppies, giant sea puppies or something. P.S. They're not actually a shark, they're a fish. A big fish, something like that. I think sharks might also be fish too, but I don't think they're technically a shark. That's my point. And they eat like krill and they're cool looking. Good. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and make your way down onto your butt right here. So not all the way down. Go ahead and come on to your butt right here and come into a boat hold. So I'm just gonna lean back so those abs are engaged, and I'll show you a modification in a moment. Lean back so those abs are engaged. Lift the feet up right here. Let it go, and we are gonna row, row, row your boat gently to the ocean. All right, team, so there's that version. There's also, if that's much too much heat, just go ahead and place those feet down, lean back so those abs are engaged, and row your boat from here. All right, team, when you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Pop on up or feet down, pick your poison. 30 seconds on the clock, let's work. Row, row, row your boat. Good. We have some stormy weather today. This is not good rowboat weather. The waves are something crazy out here today. Good. Beautiful, team. Good, which is good. We've had, it's supposed to be going into the wet season, and it really hasn't rained like at all. So everything is very dry. Perfect, team. Good, go ahead and come on up. We'll go ahead and take it from the top. We'll come right back into that jumping jack to deadlift or step out to deadlift. When you're ready, team, hands behind the head, 30 seconds on the clock, let's work. And so, you know, we've had all those fire hazards going on, and fire warnings and fire watches, etc. So I am ready for this storm that looks like it's a brewing. I'm ready for it. Good. My fiance and I really like pirates. We really like Pirates of the Caribbean, that Disney series. And so we quote it all the time. So every time we're about to go diving, we were like, to the depths. Good, team. Perfect. Shake it off. Go ahead and come right back into that lateral leg lift to rear leg lift. When you're ready, team, we got 30 seconds. Go ahead and switch your weight over towards that left foot. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Bring it out to the side, hinge, lift it up. Good. Good. So when I just said a storm is a brewing, you're like, why is she telling us this fun fact? When I just said a storm is a brewing, that's what it made me think of. I was like, oh, look at my inner pirate coming out. Good, team. To the depths. Beautiful. Good, nice strong legs here. I don't know about you guys, but I am feeling it. Good. My sister likes to comment on how much I can talk while I'm filming. Just so you guys know, I have really good cardiovascular health. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Same thing, opposite side. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. But I am feeling the burn in those muscles. Good. My glutes are on fire too. Good. I have good cardio health. I've been a runner. I played soccer and then I was a long distance runner since like junior year of high school. So a very long time. Got more into it in college, but that is why I can talk and move at the same time. Good. Beautiful, team. Nice strong legs. Sneak one more in here. Good. Perfect. Go ahead and make your way down onto all fours as we come right back into those glute pulses. So go ahead and make your way onto palms and knees right here. Bend that right knee and right ankle. Lift it up. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Pulses from here. Stay lifted. Beautiful, team. Like you're kicking up a platform to the ceiling. So you gotta keep that ankle flexed. Bent leg, glute kickbacks. Good. Beautiful. Good, team. Now I want to watch Pirates and go find some more quotes that I can use while I'm diving. Yeah, we would like get ready to go under and then be like to the depths and then plunge. Good, team. Same thing, opposite side. We got 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. Good, team. Yeah, I'm excited to meet other divers as well. It seems like I'm a part of some club now. Good. But it's a special experience. It doesn't require some great athletic ability to scuba dive. It does require a little bit, but nothing crazy. And so if you can get through this workout, you can go scuba diving. That's what I'd say. Perfect, team. Good. Go ahead and bring it down, shake it off. We'll go ahead and come back onto your butt right here as we row the boats. So lean back so those abs are engaged. Option here to lift the feet or keep them down on the ground. Pick your poison. We got 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Row it out. Good. Yeah, so it doesn't require some great athletic ability, contrary to popular belief. We did have to pass a swim test, which was a 200 meter or yard, one of the two, swim. We did it in the ocean, so it was out to a buoy and back. And I was actually surprised at how easy it was. It's easier to float in salt water. Beautiful, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and drop. Get some water if you need it. And we'll come into our cool down. All right, team. So coming into our cool down, go ahead and come on down on the ground if you're not already here. I'm going to scooch forward right here. I'm going to come flat onto my back right here. And then I'm going to cross the legs. So I'm going to cross that right ankle over the left knee right here. Then lift that left leg up, thread the needle, grab the back of that left thigh, relax the head, figure four piriformis stretch. Good, team. Good. If you want a little more heat, you can take that right elbow and press it into the right knee and really open it up. Or if you're like, girl, that's plenty, then just ignore me and relax right here. A lot of people kind of keep their neck nice and crunched and they really struggle here. So just a reminder to relax that head. Deep breaths. Good. Taking that heart rate back down. While you're ready, team, just go ahead and reverse it. So cross that left ankle over the right knee, grab the back of that right thigh, pull it up towards yourself, thread the needle here, relax the head. Deep, recovering breaths. Good, team. Beautiful. Yeah, so we had to swim. It's easier to swim in the ocean, I think, because you float better in salt water. And then you had to do it. They said 10-minute tread water or float. We floated. We just made our bodies into, you know, these big starfish formations and just laid out for 10 minutes. I almost took a nap. Good, team. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and uncross the legs right here. Go ahead and bring both knees into the chest. Grab the back of both those thighs. Use that to roll on up. Good. So now from here, we're gonna go ahead and come to a butterfly stretch. I'm gonna center myself on my towel, bring the bottoms of the feet together, let the gravity pull those knees out wide. If you feel like something has hooked onto your belly button and is pulling you back, then just walk those feet out, give yourself a little more space. You got nothing to prove to anybody. Good, team. Good. You're feeling a little uneven, like maybe one knee is hovered way up here in comparison to the other one. Feel free to give that a little bit of a push. Good. Try and even it out. Don't force it. No forcing. Just a gentle nudge in the right direction. Good, team. Good. Deep breaths here. I don't know why. I feel like I was kind of looking at my legs and I was like, oh, it's kind of like a flower. I make bread regularly. I made like a herby bread and I was like looking up how to make a wreath. So I put it in like a wreath formation. Go ahead and crisscross the legs right here. Team, comfy seat of your choice. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and come onto the left hand. I was like, oh, I don't really want to touch the dirt, but I don't think I have a choice. Come onto the left hand and bring that right arm up and overhead. Get a nice stretch in the right side body. Keep that hip nice and planted. So anyways, I was looking up how to make a wreath. a bread wreath. And then I was like, well, what's stopping me from just like adding another layer and another layer? So that's what I did. I cut the bread, I made the dough, let it rise. And then for the second rise, I cut it up into a bunch of smaller pieces and I laid it in a round, like in a wreath shape. And then I did another layer, like, you know, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. It looks like a big sunflower. I made like a garlicky herb bread, pull apart bread. And then when it came out of the oven, I made this, there's vegan butter, it's called Earth Balance that I use. And I put garlic powder and oregano in that. And then I brushed over the whole thing. Good thing, same thing opposite side. Go ahead and come into the right palm, bring that left arm up and overhead. I think it's one of my prettiest bread formations to date, and now it's made me really want to get more artistic with bread. I feel like I always make bread, but I haven't really been like too creative lately. I feel like I've just been making like functional things. I'm making French bread so we can use it for sandwiches and stuff like that, or French toast. And so I was feeling crafty, and what happened was I went to Costco, and Costco had this cranberry walnut bread in this big circle, and it just looked like Christmas to me when I saw it on the shelf, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Christmas in a bread. And then I was like, I really want to make bread really pretty, blah, blah, blah. So I got inspired and I made a sunflower. Good team. Go ahead and make your way onto all fours right here. Sorry if I'm making you hungry. And then go ahead and curl those toes under, lift the hips up nice and high. Take a beat here to stretch out those calves. We did a little bit of jumping today. Even if you kept it low impact, you take a beat here to stretch out the calves. Anyways, good. Jumping will really tax those calves. And then when you're ready, take a nice walk up to those hands, and we're just gonna hang out here for a beat in forward fold. Good, let everything go heavy. Good, maybe grasp the elbows, maybe sway a little side to side. Get a nice stretch in those hamstrings. So nice soft bend the knees. Don't lock straight, a soft bend here. Good. Beautiful team. And then when you're ready, slowest you've moved all day. So slowly, roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, take your time. What's the hurry? What's 10 extra seconds? You got 10 seconds for yourself, you deserve it. Good team. Good. Pull my shorts down a little bit. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in mountain pose. So feet together, palms face forward right here, mountain pose. Deep breath. And then on an inhale, go ahead and bring both arms up overhead. Make a big clap. Giant namaste, make a round of applause because you deserve it. And then go ahead and bring both palms down to the third eye. If you guys enjoyed this workout, please hit the like button and subscribe because I have new workouts every single week and always fun stories. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Excellent work today, team. I'll see you guys next time. Namaste.